the quality is not very good. And the titles are crooked, you know, and they're not very good. I mean, it was a while back, but it's not like it was 73 or 74, it was 91.
Alright, so when was the first time you guys saw the video?
Probably about a year ago.
Yeah. That's it?
Year and a half, I don't know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got years on you with this video.
I seen it at my friend Steve's house in the summer of '99. I like to know why all of our generation skates like we do, you know, how that happened. And it's also a video that gets me psyched, you know.
In 1991, the entire skating landscape was changing as new companies were formed to challenge the established brands of the late 80s. Mark Gonzales' Blind Skateboarders had emerged in reaction to his former sponsor, and he seemed to be in the right place at the right time.
I mean, you know, you had the best skateboarders in the world, you know, one of the newest companies out there that everyone was really amped on.
The timing, you know, the time it took place, the people that were in it, obviously, and then the whole feeling of fun, you know.
With complete creative control and revolutionary vision, Mark's first pick for the team was Jason Lee.
So I didn't really know what he was doing with Blind. I didn't really know what his ideas were artistically. I was just excited to be on the same team as Mark Gonzales.
Mark would also add Danny Way, Jordan Richter, Giovanni Turner, Guy Mariano, and Rudy Johnson.
Out of nowhere, I got a call from Mark Gonzales. I'd never met him before or nothing, and he just calls me out of the blue and said he wanted to come pick me up to go skating. It just was a matter of like a couple weeks that like, just from hanging out with him, that like, I got on, you know, the team, and Guy Mariano as well too.
It was pretty exciting for me because I knew they were really good, but at the same time I was young, so I was kind of like, am I better than them or are they better than me?
Despite the early departures of Danny Way to start Plan B and Giovanni Turner to turn pro for World Industries, Blind still boasted a team that any company would envy. Soon, Mark set out to produce a video and began by recruiting a young photographer named Spike Jonze.
I was doing photography mostly for TransWorld at the time, and I'd taken photos of Mark, you know, a lot before, and Mark and I started talking about doing the Blind videos right when Blind was starting, and hoped it would have a feeling about skateboarding and about these guys. Mark was sort of the ringleader. You know, we'd stay at his house. He had a house in Huntington Beach, and we'd all stay with him.
We'd kind of have like little sleepovers at Mark's for like the whole weekend, you know.
I mean, the Blind days, it was me living at Mark's, and it was like me being young, and I didn't care about anything. Then it was just skating the Ralph's parking lot with Mark at 5 o'clock in the morning every night.
They always made it like really fun to go skate, and like at the randomest times, you know, like especially Mark, like 2 a.m., let's go skate, to like dawn.
It was all random. Maybe it was, there's this bank I saw, so I'd like to go back there and try this trick. But even when that was the case, there was this bank I skated that was really fun to skate. And I'd like to go there and skate it, and we'll press record on the frickin' old beat up heavy camcorder and see what the hell happens, you know?
Mark would like want me to hold the camera or whatever, and so I filmed like some of the things in the Blind video, but it's the worst filming in skateboard history. The footage of the double-sided curb, the white curb. That's some of my footage, and it's funny, the date and the time are totally wrong, and the camera's all shaky, and it's from really far away.
You know, even though we didn't have a budget or anything, you know, we just had a video camera. And
they just had the camera, and Spike was there, and Spike skated, so, you know, just kind of like capturing sessions.
Like, so much stuff would go down in one day. If you look at a lot of the footage, you could tell everyone has the same clothes on, and that, like, you can see one day, like, I think beginning of Rudy's part where he does that line with the frontside board slide shove it, and then you can tell he went right around the corner to Arco, the subway gap, I think he 180'd it. And then right across the street from there is First Interstate, and he does the line where he does the little manis up and down. It's like, it's funny, you can tell like, okay, that was all one day right there. They got all that done. Where it'd be like, that's some people's video parts now.
I mean, back then it was just so fun, you know? You can make a day out of it. Now it's like, it's so like securityed out.
Okay, this is for all you LA skaters. Try to make it a point. No, do make it a point to stay out clean.
Look at how good skateboarding was back then. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's awesome right now, but look at how much easier it was to go skate a spot.
I mean, for me, just filming those guys, it was so easy because I thought they were so cool. So it was easy to be anywhere with Mark and want to film him because he's just such a, you know, such an original person. And as we were filming, we'd come up with other ideas, and you know, that's when Mark bought that car. He was driving down the street and saw it for sale, so he bought it, and that car became part of the video.
It's still the same exact stuff. Holding the same sign.
No war for heavy metal!
You know, like where Video Days is on the, at the beginning, that's on the videotape. The titles were done by Mark's cousin Ernie, and we did the titles in camera. There's this thing called video superimposing. Ernie did the lettering on just a piece of paper, and I point the camera at it and push the button.
You know, it was mainly just Spike in those days, And we would kind of take turns. We weren't together, Jason Lee would skate with Guy, sometimes a little bit more because they lived in Burbank together. But we would always, on the weekends, we would almost always skate together.
And that turned out to be really cool. I was so impressed with Guy, how well he could move his board, which was really big back then, and he was really small.
And with Guy, man, just creative and so much control for a little kid.
He skated like he'd been skating for 20 years. He was just so natural on his board that pretty much whatever he wanted just was right there. At times I used to get frustrated. I'd be like, that kid is so good.
Well, Guy always just have incredible style. What I mean by style also is not just like how he looks on a board, but like deciding what tricks you want to do and be recognized for doing.
The one thing I never understood is why Guy had that PAL shirt on the whole time. You ever notice that? He had a red PAL Supreme shirt on. Was that a statement, or do you just like that shirt? Is that some kind of inside joke? I don't get it.
That was kind of like, like us showing that, thanks. PAL did kind of blow us up before that, we had a part in Band This in a really good video with good skaters.
And Rudy, I liked his style. He was really free-flowing.
Rudy was way ahead of his time. No one was barely even doing good kickflips, He was already kickflipping into all of his tricks, or trying at least,
Well, Guy was always really inspiring to skate with. We got to be good friends, and it just started going by really fast, with Spike. We did do little trips, but it all came together really smooth,
Jordan was, he was fun to skate with because he was very laid back and didn't really give a shit.
Before the blind video, kids really didn't know me too much. And I would say 99% of the reason why that my name was created was because of blind and because of Mark and Danny putting me on the team.
He got put on blind through Danny Way, because Danny Way was original blind guy. It just happened so that Plan B started, and Danny Way left, and it was just kind of he left Jordan there.
Yeah, he was our vert guy, I guess, he started getting into street skating and stuff later, and so I'd skate with him later after he was like vert kid.
It was a shock being on it, also being a vert skater too, so it was great.
Okay, so who's your favorite skater in it?
A favorite skater? Stevie Williams.
No, in the video, in the blind video.
I know, but he just said favorite skater. I like whatever. But Jason Lee's part, I like him the best. I don't know, I just like the way he skates. It's really smooth.
I mean, the one thing that always stuck out to me was Jason Lee's part for sure. I remember when I seen it, I was just like, damn.
I would say he definitely had one of the best styles, if not the best style on a skateboard ever. And it's funny because he didn't really go out and film a whole lot, but anytime he did something, it was just so perfect. Like any Jason footage that would come back was just so golden.
He had really good tricks, but like his style, you know, like the Jay Lee style, his 360 flips. And especially watching him skate vert, man, really good experience right there.
Our song was in it, man. We thought we looked like this shit. Awesome.
Jason's song and everything, the whole aesthetic of it is so good. I think every kid after they saw it tried to find out who Milk was and go buy that CD somehow.
I mean, it used to be right before the blind video that you would just go out and film a video part in like 2 days. So that was kind of the beginning of, okay, let's get the best of the best, you know, the best footage, the best spots, you know, and they had footage from Europe.
Mark is my favorite skateboarder. He had so much to do with why I was a pro skater, and you know, encouraging me to loosen up my style a little bit and skate a little faster and be a little bit more improvisational with my skating. Yeah, the song at the end. I don't even remember who was videotaping.
There's a war outside of your window. It's destroying our world.
Do you see those goddamn sideburns on my mug? Holy shnikes.
And walk down the street and sing a happy song to make the world better. Peace on earth.
Well, the Gonz is on now, so.
Willy Wonka. Oh, definitely served for that curb.
That was gnarly.
You know, Mark's part definitely is Mark's personality. Just being around him in general is always fun because just the way he looks at everything is so creative, whether it's the way he skateboards, the way he walking down the street looking at the world.
That guy could just skate anything, man. Just push. I like how he does that line where he like does the frontside posh of it and then 180 to switch grind down the rail.
Mark is the guy who can do anything on anything, from vert to street.
Mark is, I think, the most innovative, the most unique, and the most free-flowing as far as not being inhibited, not being restricted to the point where he can just create with the skateboard the way he would as an artist.
He just made it look totally easy, you know, and just fun. You wanted to go skate. You didn't want to sit there and watch the whole video because you wanted to go skate.
No one does their ollies like Mark. Mark will curl that front foot. He even does it with his kickflips nowadays. Just raw street.
I think Spike was saying like the gnarliest stuff that he got was like the last couple days of filming because he got so psyched. He did like that nose slide down the Wilshire rail, and frontside board slide the Federal rail, board slide down the double kink, and like that was all like the last couple days of filming.
He also did the line where he did the nose grind on the bench and then a 50-50 to frontside board slide on the bench, and that was all in one day.
There's a liquor right there, dude, so pull over, it's a yellow sign.
We heard we were gonna go down to Mexico and do, crash the car.
I was 17 years old back then. I think Mark was like 21. Jason, probably around there too. Guy, he was probably about like 14 or 13.
It's good to see little young guns like Mariano when he was 13 drinking. I like that.
Good example for the kids.
Yeah.
They were drinking the Bacardi, like that was water for Guy because he was just too tender back then.
Except for what was in the bottle that Guy was drinking, we were really drinking beer. And I think we all got a little bit toasty.
I used to tell my mom, it's cool, I'm filming with these guys, but they're old. I'm all, that guy's already 21, Mark. Just all that stuff with the car at the end, like we didn't even know that was gonna happen. When they said, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we were like, all right, let's do it, Drive down to TJ, handle that stuff, and like.
I just remember Mark getting in and with the door open and stepping on the gas pedal.
He put a stick on the gas pedal, and it's and then Mark reaches in really quickly with a stick and knocks it into drive, and the car just goes.
I didn't know, and I don't think none of us knew that how it was gonna be, like that people were gonna like it that much. And how it just all ended up coming together. It makes me feel good.
The blind video will be one of those markers in time, It's just like, that represents the best of that time period and, the most charismatic skateboarders that I think that's still missing today.
So you watch the blind video and it's like a bunch of kids who had individual styles and just kind of skated and had fun.
And then now thinking back, the title Video Days is perfect. That's what they were doing, spending their days on video,
These ones were definitely people having fun instead of people not having fun, breaking their faces on the floor.
But you know what? It was fun. It was really fun.